Welcome. Now I am going to cover other type of fraud or another fraud which will be very interesting. Kindly watch the fraud, watch the presentation till the end because you will get lot of inputs, lot of advice while doing the audit. So please take care of it, and before going to the presentation, I want to say once again, if any fraud is undetected during the course of audit, then the auditor is held personally responsible for the loss to the bank. This is as per the RBI guidelines. So please do the audit carefully. And now I am going to the presentation. It's a very interesting case. So as an auditor, you are not you have to go in depth into the transaction. This has happened in my statutory branch audit. I went for a rural branch. It's a rural branch of a nationalized bank. I went there. Then the manager was transferred to that branch some 6 months back. He received me well, and after 15-20 minutes of discussion, then he started to produce all the records of the branch, including profit and loss account, balance sheet and schedules, then supporting books, everything he has given. Then I used to verify those advances. Normally, how to verify the advance? That's a it's a very good technique. First, you have to take the balance sheet advances figure. From there, you have to go to the individual advances figure. Then, for the individual advances, you have to go for the breakup of advances. From the breakup, you have to go to the parties, that is customer's account, borrower's account. Then, from there, you have to do the verification because you have to take each and every item of advances. I started to do this exercise. Then when I verified most of the accounts, then I found that in one particular scheme that is called IRDP. Now government has changed the name of that scheme. Even still it is that all agricultural based advances. It's in IRDP loan, that is Integrated Rural Development Program. All seniors, they would have they know this. What is meant by IRDP? It is nothing but it's a government sponsored. It's not a government sponsored scheme. The banks, they have to sanction the loan to the rural people without receiving any collateral. The maximum amount will be around 25,000. In some cases, in some places, it is 15,000. So it's advances. When I started to verify IRDP advances folio, the advances have been sanctioned before 5 years. So when I scrutinize the ledger of each and every advance, after date of sanction, nothing has come inside the account. Except some few people, they have remitted the advances back. So I suspected, because for the last 5 years, no transaction had taken place. Then I noticed further that all those loans have been sanctioned to a particular village. And I counted that total number of advances. It ran to around 2,200 advances of 15,000 rupees each. Say that works out to 3.30 crores approximately on an average. So 15,000, 12,000, 17,000 he has sanctioned. So on an average, the sanctioned amount worked out to 3.30 crores. Nothing has come into the branch in the form of loan recovery. No officer has visited the place. Then I invited the manager, I requested the manager to produce the loan documents. Then he has produced the loan documents. Then all the initial loan documents which are sanctioned are incomplete in nature. One, inspection team also, they have commented against that irregularities. Then after that, there was no acknowledgement of debt or revival of debt, revival letter obtained from the borrowers. That means
there is no pronote. So those loans will not be enforced before any court of law because there is no pronote, it is time barred, then there is no recovery at all. So according to the audit angle, according to the auditor, according to the audit angle, it should be classified as loss asset. But branch has classified all those advances as standard. So that is a different issue from the NP angle. I have classified those advances as losses. That's a different issue. Then I counted 2,200. Then I suspected something. Then I went to the village without informing the present manager. Went to the village. It was some 1 kilometer away from the branch. Then I entered the panchayat office of that village. Then I asked a question, what is the total population of that village? This is a question I asked. This also you have to bear in mind. What is the total population of that village? The panchayat officer said, sir, before 1 year we have carried out census for that village. They say that, see, loans have been sanctioned 5 years back. But when I visited the panchayat office, that officer said, sir, total population of the village is 1,150. 1,150, but loans have been sanctioned for 2,200 advances 5 years back. That is before census, before 4 years back, the bank has sanctioned 2,200 advances. So it is clearly proved that the total advance sanctioned to the people exceeds the total population of the that village. Normally, the panchayat people said this 1,150 as per their records, as per their census. That includes old age people, ladies, children, and few gents will be there who are doing agricultural operations. But the loan sanction is for 2,200. And you know the purpose of the loan? Almost 90 to 95% they have sanctioned the loan for, to purchase Nadaswaram, Taval, drums and Jala. All musical instruments they have sanctioned. So I asked the same question to the present manager, sir, if the entire village people who have borrowed the loan under IRDP scheme, if they play the musical instruments, the village will be blown off. So this is the thing, and even the present manager thought, and he was also worried because I have said I am going to classify under fraud based on the government records because the number of loans exceed the total population of the village. Because entire loans have been sanctioned only for that village. Then I did all audit work and completed the audit, and I have covered this point under fraud in LFIR as well as in the main report. Then as per the instruction of that bank's head office, we have to hand over the audit report along with all enclosures to the regional office of that particular bank. As per the appointment letter, I went to the regional office and handed over the sealed cover of that branch to the regional office. And one officer was deputed. His name is Ganapati. His name is Ganapati. I have handed over the report to him, and on seeing me, that Ganapati knew me well, and on seeing me, he opened the cover because those covers have to be opened only by the regional head and not by the in front of regional head. The covers have to be opened. But this officer, he has opened the cover and started to verify the papers. Then on seeing my report under fraud, he started to argue with me, and even he called me in singular language. In Tamil it is me. In Hindi it is tum. So suppose you are a chartered accountant, if anyone calls you by that singular language, what will be your reaction? I immediately retracted, saying that you have got no right to ask me anything, and he pressurized me to remove that fraud. I said, I will not remove my fraud. This is my report. There ends my report. You should not ask anything, because you are not supposed to ask anything to the chartered accountant who did the audit. You have got no right. You are just acting as post office man as per the instruction given by your head office. Then we started to argue. Even he scolded me. Then I shouted at him. Then after that, our entire regional office people, they came to the table of that Ganapati, and they asked the details. And then immediately that regional manager, who was DGM, Deputy General Manager, he came to the in place where we did argument, or where we almost fighting in words. He came there, and he, on seeing me, he called, Ravindran, what is the problem? Why you are arguing with Ganapati? Then I narrated everything. Then he said, I think you are reported a fraud, no? Okay, give that fraud, give that file. Then he, that RM, regional manager, he has taken that file, and he also invited me to his chamber. I went there, and he asked that Ganapati person to stand outside. Then he has gone through my report, because when I reported a fraud, because being the regional head, he has to take care of that situation. Then he has verified everything, he has covered my report, he has gone line by line of my report, and he said, yes, it's a fraud. And he has seen the computer operations, everything is clearly proved that it's a fraud. Then he asked his HR man, that is establishment man, who was the manager when the loan was sanctioned. Then that officer has gone and verified that, and has informed the regional manager that Mr. Ganapati was the manager at the time the loan was sanctioned. That means all the loans have been sanctioned by Mr. Ganapati. So my advice, I can't say it's an advice, my experience in this is, if anyone objects to your finding, then you should not yield to the pressure. Then there will be some fraud or some deviation, some violation will be there. So you should not yield to any pressure. I stood firmly. Then what that regional manager did, he called the AGM, he called the chief manager, then he called the union leader of that regional office, and he has explained everything in front of me. Then he is, because he has called a committee meeting, and in a committee meeting, but though I was not a member, he made me to sit as observer. I sat there. Then they have taken decision to suspend Mr. Ganapati immediately, because it is clearly proved that it's a fraud. He is not supposed to touch any file, because since he has pressurized this fellow, this auditor, he will may pressurize some other auditor in some other way. So we should not allow him to work in our region, and immediately he has sent mail to the head office, and he has got the suspension confirmation from the head office. Then on the spot, within 2 hours, that Ganapati, the person who was subjected to my presentation about the fraud, was suspended. Then after that, still I was there in that banks panel for another 2 years. Then later on I came to know that Ganapati was inquired by the vigilance department and all other officials, and I came to know that he was dismissed from the service because it's a clearly proved fraud. And they even contacted the Borai. The Borai said, sir, we went to the branch and we have signed document. You may guess almost more than 50% documents have been fabricated. He has taken the money. But we don't know whether he has taken the money or not, but I have reported in fraud. This is the situation. So whenever you are going for audit, if anyone is giving pressure, don't yield to any pressure. You have to go beyond, or you have to go depth into the transaction. If any loan is not coming, if you saw that something is going outside the boundary, then you have to do the audit very, very carefully. This is the experience I want to share. Youngsters, seniors, please do not yield to any pressure, because you have to save your skin, you have to save your certificate, because you have to report. If there is a fraud, don't worry, you report. Even few friends ask me, have you not been threatened because based on your report you was dismissed from service? No, our auditor duty is to report there only. After that you will not get any, because even that regional office made police complaint, and they were carried out all the activities. So next year auditor, suppose if you are going for the branch for that fraudulent branch, next year as auditor you have to verify all the reports given by the previous auditor. This is an experience, this is an advice, this is a request I want to make. Kindly go through the previous auditor's report, whether previous auditor or concurrent auditor or revenue auditor they have reported anything, any irregularity, whether they have reported or not. Kindly go through it and see those irregularities are serious in nature, or those irregularities have been rectified by the branch correctly. Sometimes they may say that we will take follow-up action, based on that the command will be closed. That is not a correct answer. This is a piece of experience I want to share with you, and this is a thing I want to share through this video. So you have to be very, very careful while doing the audit. And thanks for watching this video. Nandri, Vanakkam.